on. Folks, we are live. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Discourse. I hit the mark. But Glenn, I feel proud. I hit the mark with my radio buddy. The man who's done radio, I actually hit the mark. Oh my God. I'm gonna squee. Um with me
In
as
in in Russia, the market's back.
okay. With me as always on every first and third Friday of the month is none other than Mr. Glenn Houser.
Hiya, folks. Old man
Make
Grunt.
sure you call him Mr. It makes him feel important.
Okay. Yeah, first and third months because I'm a first third, I guess.
You're the first toy?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
toy.
So, folks,
Using my Elgato Wave 3 mic that I got from Eric.
Elgato, I love my Elgato.
Well, this thing to me is the Frank's Red Hot of mics because I use that blank on everything.
It's also
Everything
nice.
I do.
And it's so easy to put it on mute, but when you tap it, you gotta remember that red light
Doc.
means. I've done a whole video and then realized it was blankety
red.
blank because I had my mic muted. But
Let me
Doc,
let me tell you a story about Becky has a computer like I have,
right?
and a new computer, and she was supposed to do this interview with Amazon for her business, and she couldn't get the camera to work, and they had to reschedule it. And then she found out later, because it's just like mine, the camera pops up. You have to pull it up. And it was down the whole time.
Privacy feature.
No, I love it.
Privacy.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. What do we got going tonight? Well, here's something I'm reading right now. I might as well plug this. It's called In Alley and Shadow by New Big Dragon Games. Mr. Richard J. LeBlanc Jr. is in the house again. All About Thieves for BX. It's got a couple of new classes in there: the Spy and the Varlet. New Cleric, Magic User spells, House Rules, and I'm right in the middle of reading it. And right now, I'm reading the article about how a Thieves Guild works, and I find it utterly fascinating. And he also put an adventure in here and a lot of other stuff. You got to check it out. It's on drive-through. I believe it's a PDF. He sent me the PDF and a print copy, which is nice of him.
Very nice.
Look at the back. Look at the back. Isn't that great?
Is he behind bars? Yes, he is.
Yeah. No, well, it could be. I don't know. But yeah, that's he also did this other one. See, he sent these to me, but because I think he wants a review. And I got a problem with that, and I will tell you why. He also did this called Flash Lingo, a Thieves' Cant dictionary.
That's cool. I had my Thieves' Cant dictionary from issue 66 or 65 of Dragon. And I cut it out and I stapled it together, and it was like origami.
See, I have a problem with reviewing these. I may be able to review it on like Radio Grognard, but as far as videos go, these are zines. I don't do zines. Mainly because there's a lot of them. Although I have made an exception, I did do Mitterzine. Issues 1 through 5. That's because he sent me issues 1 through 5. So
are these zines because of the size, or are these zines because they're numbered? Because
I asked Richard about this over on Facebook. I said, it says the Dragon Horde Volume 2, Issue 2. And I said, is the Flash Lingo one Volume 1? He said, no. And he gave me links to like 3 other ones that he'd done already. And I may have to go check those out before I do anything with this, but somehow I will get this reviewed.
There you go.
I mean, maybe not right away because I am getting ready to review the Index Card RPG Master Edition.
I have that in print. I need to start digging through it. It looks good.
I really wish I would have got I wish I could have afforded the hardback, but I got the softback anyway. Because the old one.
That has chatted so far. Doc, Ian, Paul. Paul, thank you for being a supporter.
And Bad Mike. Oh my God.
Bad Mike, yes. That Bad Mike He's so bad. He's so bad it took him like a
Bad mic.
long time to get his headphones to work with the mic.
Mm-hmm.
I sound vaguely like Lotka from Taxi, but not a good Lotka impression. But I don't know if you
Well,
can do the good Lotka impression.
Bad Mike's in the house, and I only have one question for him. Are the hotel rates ready for the con? Watch this.
Mike, this isn't the first person to ask the question.
I'm ready to book.
You guys, that's not to answer the question. You are directed to answer the question. The answer is no.
Are you now, or have you ever been a 5e person?
Yeah, a member of the 5th edition council.
No hotel rates. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I don't want to lose out.
It's not 10. Oh yeah, it is 10. No, it's 9.5 months away, Mike. 50 lashes with a wet noodle. You should
Mike,
know your date.
The reason I pressure you and your partner, and I don't mean it that way. So the reason I pressure you is because looking at things like booking 2 years in advance for Gen Con, booking a year in advance for Gary Con, I don't want that to happen to me. That's why. So there
you go. One.
Sounds like I got roommates who were asking too.
Who does number one work for?
I don't know. Anyway,
all right.
Speaking of ones,
you know what? You're right. It is a good way to lead into that. That is the. It isn't even the elephant in the room. It is something that.
It's the dragon in the room.
I did a video on one D&D yesterday, and actually my angle on it was not the system. My angle on it was, what do we know about the VTT? And what is this bundling now of their digital products and their book products and only getting that directly through the Wizard store? And mid-afternoon, all of a sudden, I'm getting 200 hits in an hour on a video that went up 24 hours prior. So,
wow.
Yes, you can see that one D&D is going to be a major topic for a while. OSR or not. Again, where the industry goes, the OSR goes. If the industry gets lifted, the OSR gets lifted. If the industry gets
I've heard that one before. Working. Oh, congratulations! That would be fun. So you're going to do Victorious in Tune, Victunious,
Victorious,
or something like that. Let me adjust my seat here. What was I going to say? Yeah, one. I don't know. There's like 2 or 3 points I want to pick at. I watched the video. That they put up. And okay. One thing that really bothered me was when they said they're putting the orc as a playable character. Not a half orc, but orc. Which is fine by me. I don't care. But when they start talking about, well, it's time for D&D and Wizards of the Coast to get with the times. Get with the times. That's double speak. That is, I know what you're saying. To hell with it. Just put the damn orcs in there and let them play them, and just don't make any more comments, which they probably will. So what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, and I'm going to step in for a second on this. I mean, listen, if you're a Tunnels and Troll player, orcs, trolls, goblins, all those weird ass, wacky ass, evil races are, quote, part of the core rules. However, when you are and I understand that there's some 5e groups that don't agree with what I'm going to say, and I apologize, but you got to hear it anyway. The campaign determines the races that are going to be available. And if in your campaign, your GM says, hey, there's No halflings, no wildlings, no orcs, and no goblins. But we do have dragonborn in addition to
Mm-hmm.
the other traditional races. Then guess what? That's good as gold. You don't go, but I want to play an orc who's no, you're not the orc whose long lost father is the king of a great tribe. D&D is not for you to tell your story. It's for a
Right.
group to experience stuff together.
Right.
I'm done ranting
Well,
again.
you know, what you probably figure out what I'm into. They're saying getting with the times is what they mean is orcs are people too. We can't. They're trying to be inclusive basically, and I'm sick of it. All right, fine, play them, but they're still going to be bad guys in my worlds.
Listen, I would love to do a setting where all elves are evil as evil as shit,
Ooh,
and
too much.
orcs are misunderstood,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, and that would be cool, right? If you're going to do this stuff, toss stuff on its edge. Don't necessarily take away tropes. Make a new trope for your setting. I think that
Oh,
is a fine thing to do. And as Dave Thompson says, no tieflings or kenders. No effing kenders.
I have no problem with that. Uh,
No kenders, man.
what what and one thing I found humorous was this is one D&D. We're getting away with the concept of editions, and it's just going to be one D&D where we just keep refining it and having D&D Beyond and blah 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 blah. And then my question is, well, why are you going to publish the 3 books in 2024?
Well, here,
Hmm?
all right. Now, and I know where you're going on this one, Glenn.
Hmm?
So I'm
Hmm?
gonna. This is like tag team wrestling, and then Glenn comes along and he fucking gives me a tag. So here's the thing, okay? Um, books are at least for the immediate future, the next 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Books are where, if not the bulk of your money is going to be made, a large portion of your money is going to be made. And when you are rebooting a system, even if it's a soft reboot, this is, as you can say, it's a soft reboot. It's not even probably going to be as harsh as going from 3.0 to 3.5. Probably going to be more like going from 2.0 to 2.5. Just so to keep out the time of troubles. Just throwing my OSR hat in the ring there. Just keep that bullshit out of it. It'll be good. But here's
I
the
liked it.
no, I liked the fiction. I hated the
I
event.
like the Avatar trilogy. Yeah.
The fiction was good. The modules sucked. But here's what I'm thinking. Okay, here's how I imagine it's going to happen. They put out a book, player's handbook, new edition, new version, new printing comes out, new
Mm-hmm.
layout, new art, completely rewritten, but the mechanics stay the same. So you can go back and play your old 5.0 stuff with it and not break anything. Or your 5.1 stuff, which is where we started changing certain races around. But they're going to keep that player's handbook. They'll probably update it when they need to do a new printing, but they will
Mm-hmm.
update it on D&D Beyond when there's a new rules change or clarification to be made, and they're always going to refer you to D&D Beyond. So D&D Beyond is going to be integral, which is why they want to start selling D&D Beyond as a bundle with
The
the
VTT.
physical product. But there's
Yeah.
something that they haven't said, but I can read between the lines. I may be wrong. I could be spitting out of my ass, which could be painful, but in any case,
Look at your friends. I love it.
um, I believe they're talking about like releasing when they with the VTT. And I'll go deeper into VTT later, but with the VTT, they're saying that it's going to be 3D. It's going to be this. So we plan on offering basically. Remember Geomorphs with the original like basic set, and you cut out. They're going to be offering Geomorphs. It's probably your basic buy-in. But when you buy, I don't know, Terrible Trouble at Tenkars, through Wizards of the Coast, they're going to give you the physical product, they're going to give you the D&D product, and they're going to give you the VTT files. So what does that do? It cuts out the middleman, right? There's no warehousing for anything but the physical books, and they don't have to ship those books out to somebody and take a cut. They can sell those books at full price and bundle it with the digital, and then say, "Oh, we're giving you a deal. We're taking 10% off." In the meantime, there's a divide going on because they are going to, in my opinion, you haven't seen it yet, although they're hinting at it. If you read the facts, Glenn, you watched the video. I did not watch any of the videos. I went right to the facts because the facts are where they put the stuff that they don't want to say out loud.
The facts are the facts.
Such as, well, can brick and mortar retailers participate in the digital bundle program? Not at this time. Not at this time is like your mother saying, "Don't ask me now." Okay, I suspect so long as the profits are good with the bundling and they do well, they're never going to offer that to a marketplace that requires them to sell at a discounted price. You buy directly through them, you are paying through the nose. They don't have to pay a wholesale price so somebody then can sell it at a retail price or sell it at an Amazon discount. They still will, but not with these bundles. So that's going to be a divide, and this has been mentioned other places too. You're going to have the haves and the have-nots. The haves who have the whole digital package, and the have-nots who only play traditional at the table. And if you only play traditional at the table, is 5.5 going to be your game, or you're better off going to play Astonishing Swordsman and Sorcerer Hyperborea, or Swords and Wizardry, or Old School Central,
or an earlier edition or something.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to derail you, but that to me is where there's a huge rabbit hole. You haven't really.
I also thought the thing that was funny is, well, we're trying to base it more on our other award-winning game, Magic the Gathering. They don't have any editions, no, but they change the game so often and so much. Why don't you call them editions? They're basically editions.
Yeah, there were cards that were banned from the earlier printings.
Yeah,
they were
banned or tournament retired, or all that kind of
I made a couple of $1,000 on my beta cards before I put the remainder through the wash. They were mostly commons and uncommons at that point. Anything that was valuable, I sold because I wasn't playing the game. But these cards that were valuable because they were game changer were the first ones that they nerfed or removed from the game. So yes, they've always been changing it. It's always. I
was wondering when they were going to push D&D towards Magic. I mean, they had the supplements, but that's about all they did.
Well, what is Magic? Here, I'm going to ask you a question. Compare something like Magic the Gathering to one of the games that Gage plays on his phone. They both have something similar, right?
Yeah, especially since he does play sometimes. No, he doesn't play Magic, but he does play card like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff on his.
It's what we would call microtransactions. Now they're larger when you buy your booster packs, right? But you do. Oh, I want to boost in my Star Wars game. What am I gonna? I'll pay the microtransactions are where it's at because they're impulse buys. That's like when you go to Walmart and they shovel all that cheap shit in front because the markup on that stuff is probably, even the electronics there is probably 300-400%.
It's called the loss leader. I used to work at Fry's Electronics. I know what a loss leader is.
A loss leader is when you had the sale and you got the Magnavox TV sets in that cost $220 and you sold for $219.
Yeah,
but you brought people in.
Here's a 74-inch TV for $500.
But the junk that's sold at the register when you're leaving at Walmart isn't a loss leader. That's impulse buy, and that's when you go, I need another cable. I need another USB-C cable. Oh, look at that! It's only $10. It costs them $3. They just made a $7 profit of something you probably don't even fucking need. Because you probably have a bunch of cables in your drawer.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And, by the way, before we get off too far on anything, your beard's looking cool.
Oh man, I had people telling me I'm looking distinguished with it, which means I'm about a week from looking homeless. I, you're looking distinguished with that beard, and then it's gonna go a little bit further, and it's gonna be like, yeah, dude, you look really, really bad. So yeah,
Oh,
when it gets to the
oh,
point where it looks like I'm sleeping on the streets, I may have
okay.
to trim it.
Well,
Or
I'm kind of like this too. I mean, I cut myself right here, and it's taken a long time to heal. And it's
uh,
like I don't want to shave until this thing is like far. I use a safety razor. That's why it's really sharp.
oh,
Um,
I want to
but
address something that Paul just said, by the way. As soon as the
what's that?
bundles and microtransactions become the revenue driver, my guess they'll move to a POD model for the books.
That makes sense.
I totally agree with the caveat that they're going to want to make sure that their books are of a high quality because you don't want the reputation of selling shoddy print books. And we've already seen those things happen in the past. But
Yep.
yeah, I could
You
certainly
probably
do that.
have a couple.
I probably do.
Yeah.
I probably do.
To me, this WotC thing, it's just a big old. Everything's a big old funnel for subscriptions.
Well, think of it this way. So you got your game books, but
I
D and
love
D
it.
D and
NFTs,
D Beyond is going to be one part of your subscription, and the
hmm
VTT. This is again, and then I've seen the arguments. I've seen the argument of we've seen what Wizards of the Coast did the last time they tried to get a VTT together, which
Well, actually, this time they're using the Unreal Engine,
well this
so
time well
they have a chance,
they have a chance. This time
a better chance.
they're not stealing the graphics for the 3D dice from Fantasy Grounds, and
Right.
one programmer is not going to murder their common law spouse and then kill themselves, which is what
That's
happened
true.
with the
That's
fourth
true.
edition one. But here's the thing, too. Another argument been it's expensive to build and maintain a VTT. Guess what? Guess who has the money? Wizards of the Coast.
hmm
Guess who has what is it? Is it the president or the chief executive? Didn't she come from like Microsoft's gaming world or something like
Something
that?
like that.
So
Something like
she's
that.
coming in with the idea of how are we going to monetize the digital aspects of D&D, because the great thing about digital, and those of us that are moving a lot of our future collection to digital, especially comic book wise, I'm enjoying my Humble Bundle comics. Reading the Judge Dredd stuff has been fine and fun every night. It goes on my iPad. It takes up no space in my house, but it also takes up no space in your warehouse. So there's no cost.
Doesn't take much space in your iPad either.
No, and it doesn't cost to transport, which is becoming huge. There's no time involved in the transport. There's no storage, and you can cut out the middleman. So
I
that's
know,
that's
but
huge.
I gotta have my books. I'm sorry. Yeah, PDFs are nice. PDFs, in fact, I want both.
Right.
Every time I get a book, I expect to get the PDF with it because it's invaluable to print off stuff for the players and just certain part. You want to print off the maps and stuff, you know. It's
Core
a no-brainer.
core rule books I like in print. Adventures I can be okay with in PDF. Because
Same here.
I can print out what I need for that game session, and I don't have to carry around a lot of extra stuff. And in the core books, I'll go back to time and time again. And adventure is one and done. I might,
Right.
or sometimes two and
I
done.
mean,
But
these right here are printouts of PDFs that are only PDFs that I'm going to use as kind of a kit bash in the next Hyperborea session.
oh, nice.
And I print them out to write on them and, that kind of thing, or highlight them. And, if I want to print out the map for them, no problem. In fact, Tomb of the Serpent King's got one of the best maps I've ever seen.
Well, that's the fun stuff going. That's
Yeah, this is like this. Well, this is the. This is like a. It's a first or third level dungeon, but look, here's just half the map. I'm not going to show you the players map, but look at this is the GM's map. Look, they wrote all. If you can see it,
It whites out.
stupid light.
There
If
you go.
can see it over here. Over here, all the rooms and such. Look how they put everything that's in the room right on the map.
That's nice.
And it's like I always want a map. Why doesn't more people do that? I mean, yes, it takes up room, but there's a way to write that way. Do bullet points, So that's my favorite thing. But anyway, not to get off. I got those in PDF for like one was free, one was like $3, and I got a potential adventure in there. All I have to do is kit bash it a bit. And so that's what digital is good for me.
Right. And listen, you're not the only one. Now, Doc says, I've been hearing how computers, the internet, were going to kill dead tree books and RPGs since about 1988. Yeah, I think I started paying attention in the mid-90s. Still hasn't happened. The paper shortage and shipping clusterfuck will do more damage. And that is exactly the point. What is happening now is that you want to get your books from China, which is like, what, the only affordable place to print a lot of stuff? Well, guess what? You thought it was going to be 3 to 6 months, and now it's 12 to 18 sometimes. So, yeah, it is a cluster.
I'm still waiting for my 3 Hyperborea.
So am I, Glenn. So am I.
Yeah, but I was stupid enough just to get the deluxe versions. If I'd have gotten deluxe and the regular version, I would have had the regular one by now. They're having trouble with the faux leather.
Yeah,
but hey,
David, I won't be asking the author to sign my e-comic.
I have no doubt. I have full confidence in Northwind Adventures, so don't take.
Oh yeah, no, I do.
Jeff, I love you. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, okay. You do what you do and get them to me as soon as you can. As long as the longer it takes, the better they'll look, right?
David, ebooks need to come with a new book, fresh ink aerosol spray for that real book feel.
Kind of like that new car smell that they put in with the car wash.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, my new car smell lasted about 5 months for the most part. I was surprised. And then one day I stepped in and I was like, it doesn't smell new anymore. Must be the McDonald's wrappers in the back seat. I guess that might have done it. I don't know. I couldn't quite tell you it's possible.
Oh, by the way, folks, these last 2 weeks of summer and the back to school stuff has started by the beginning of the month, even before then for the stuff. So if you need RPG stuff, stock up now. Stuff like this.
Oh, okay.
Or
supplies.
Yeah, or compo books or whatever you use, or the good. This is when the good stuff comes out.
Right,
you can stock up.
This is the time when you don't go shopping at Dollar Tree. This is the time when you go shopping at Walmart, because this is when Walmart will have prices down to 50 cents, 45 cents. And Dollar Tree is going to be $1.25. So,
wait a minute. Let me show you something here. I will show you something if I can get it out of my game bag.
I was getting nervous there when I heard you get it out.
Now this is Staples, but I always use compo books that have a grid, because I can always draw a dungeon in there if I need to.
Right.
And this cost me like $2.99 at Staples. At Walmart, they have a compo book that's a graph compo book that has got some god-awful black and white cover on it, but it's like less than $1. It's like 75 cents. I bought a dozen of them.
Didn't I tell you that, Glenn? I mean, Walmart right now for your back to school supplies / gaming supplies, not your dice, not your books, your scrap paper, your writing implements, your rulers, your protractors, if you're going to be that neat, your compo books, it's going to be Walmart right now.
Oh, yeah. I hear you, Doc. And aside from Hyperborea, which I did the Kickstarter, all the stuff that I've gotten since about that time was given to me, or I bought it at North Texas. And every year when I go to North Texas, I buy less and less and less. Just because I'm getting to the point where I got everything, and people send me stuff to review. And so that's how I get my games,
There
pretty
you go.
much. Yeah.
Oh, David has a good idea. I buy last year's out-of-date diaries for use as my campaign journals, ready-made character journals.
Wow.
That's a good
cool.
hack. I need to put up a video of these hacks.
Love your portable DM. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I still have. It's the GM's bug out kit. Yeah. I still have that. I still hang on to it. I toss it in the bag with everything else. So I always ready and raring to go.
Rip roaring
You
and
play
ready.
a game? Yeah, you want to play a game? Sit down.
You want to play a game, son? Do you like gladiator movies?
Oh God. Oh God. Don't get me started.
Well, it's in a punch drunk, and I'm not even half a glass of wine in. But in all seriousness, one D&D is the big news, and there's a lot of talk about one D&D. There are folks remembering when 4E pitched their VTT, they pitched microtransactions for the 3D minis. Remember, 4E was going to have a 3D VTT, and you were going to pay not by the mini design, not like, oh, I want orc with staff. All right, now I can just duplicate.
Or this. Yeah.
You were paying per mini. You want 3 orcs with staff, you're paying 75 cents, 25 cents a piece. That was the game model that never happened. That was the world of GleeMax, Glenn. The digital initiative that gleefully went away. But that being said, I can see them trying to make money off of additional minis, additional terrain pieces. Like, oh, you want more GMOs? Sure, you can have more GMOs. It's exploitative because it doesn't sound like it's going to be a very easy VTT to build stuff for from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds to me like you're going to want to have these geomorph pieces.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of impressed when I saw the video because they put like clips from the beta that they're working on for the VTT. And I was kind of impressed with the camera angles and actual real minis, digital,
right,
not tokens, minis that you can move around.
Which is why I strongly suspect you'll get a base number of minis, and you'll probably get base tokens labeled like ABC 1, 2, 3. You can
kind of like what Owlbear Rodeo does.
Yeah, but I suspect, again, I have no inside information. I don't have, despite the beliefs of some of my my drunken followers or follower, the person that would probably date me in another circumstance. Despite their belief, I have no connections with Wizards of the Coast, except maybe to their attorneys. But I have no connection with anybody at Wizards of the Coast that actually is involved in producing D&D. So it's not like I can call up like Mike Merles and go, "Hey, Mike, what's going on at the VTT?" So I don't have that kind of a connection. I'm not on a payroll. But if I were, I would love to. The VTT is the one piece that interests me the most, and is the one piece that could possibly get me within spitting range of actually running 5e. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hate. Oh God, did I say that?
No plans. Oh, by the way, hey Doc. Believe it or not, in my garage, in the bowels of my garage, in a box somewhere, I have a binder with my On the Edge cards, including your card.
Interesting.
Yep. Well, I also have a box full of Monty Python and the Holy Grail collectible card game. I had like 3 decks and something like that, 3-4 decks.
Who published that? I should know.
I don't remember, but it was
Well,
kind of cool. I was very disappointed because I never bought enough of them to. I wanted the one card. I wanted one card, Mr. Sir not appearing in this film, and I couldn't find it.
well, that sucks. By the way, welcome to Don. Welcome to Shadow.
Shadow and Sun. Hello. Hello, Docs. It's Doc, not Don.
It's the Doc.
It's the Doctor is in.
The Doc.
Toon
Does he
Mice-
play?
the Toon
Does he
Mice.
play one on TV? Does he
I
actually
think he-
play one?
I do not know.
No.
I talked to him ages, and I mean ages ago at DungeonCon. And at that time, he was working in a pizza parlor. You may still be. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought you'd find that interesting.
So now, Glenn, you're not a 5e player, but your grandson is.
I'm a 5e player. I ain't a 5e GM.
All
And
right.
I'll only
I'm
play
sorry.
5e. I'll only play 5e if somebody asks me to. I don't go out of my way looking for them.
So, Glenn, you're going to run 5e for me?
Nope. Nope.
You bastard.
That's right. No, it's Grognard, not bastard. I mean, I'm a cheap bastard, yes, and maybe a rat bastard. I don't know.
I'm just saying. So now, like again, my interest in 1D&D is actually I'm an outsider. I am not a fan of 5e. I'm not somebody who hates it. I'm somebody who just doesn't.
Different.
I'm
indifferent.
I'm not looking to put the effort into learning another game system when I have game
That's
systems.
right.
I can do the same thing with a lot less effort on my part. That being said, if 1D&D, and I hate calling it 1D&D, it's like the one game to rule them all and in the darkness bind them. But
Ooh.
D&D 5.5, if it can pull off the trifecta, if it can do a tighter system and integrate the digital aspect, integrate the VTT, it might be a game of choice for me. It won't make me walk away from my others, but it might put something else in my rotation. So,
congratulations, Doc. I'm retired too.
Here's to retirement.
Although I'm looking for a job, I'm looking for an at-home job. Those are hard to find. There was one I saw on Indeed today. There was one I wanted to get, but I had to go out. I had to go out of the house part-time to do it, and I couldn't do it. It was this one nonprofit activist group about providing bail to people who can't afford bail. And doing that, and the title of the position was bail denier. And it's like, I want to be a bail denier. That sounds fun.
You can't afford your bail. Guess what? I'm your official bail denier. Smile for the picture. Talk to the deputy sheriff over there.
I keep seeing him in the court. It was like, I set bail at $10,000. But no, you don't.
Oh,
we deny it.
I deny it. You got to raise it. Got to be denied. You denied bail. You can't give him the bail he can pay. Come on, Glenn.
Who knows? But I thought that would be a cool job, bail denier.
Oh, God.
Anyway, it's been a nice day.
So what else have we been, besides me dealing with horrible allergies for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, where I am constantly clearing my throat. I should have been a smoker.
Welcome to my world. Post-nasal drip constantly.
Yeah, no. We're getting into two old grogs to a medical condition.
Two old grogs. Is that our
Brought to
next?
you
Is that our next live stream? Two old grogs.
two old grogs. Well, we gotta get, and then we have to get the real old grog. We got Tim Kask in here. He'd be like, "You ain't old. You ain't a grog. Get off my fucking lawn." You know.
Yeah. 1960. Nice. Hey, okay, what's going on? My Monday game, my Eberron, the 5e Eberron game I play online is going well, if I can keep up with it. Basically, the premise is Carlos loved he loved the lumpers, the ones I came up, the comic strips and stuff I came up with,
right?
Where it was low jack and a dwarf and an elf. And it was basically a fantasy version of PIs or adventure. We did adventures too.
Okay.
But he went and ran with it, and he put us in another city, and he said, okay, your other two partners are off doing other things. You need a group, and so I ended up hiring them for the company. And that's what we've been doing all this time. And they decided to call themselves the Chaos Squad, because they are. You wouldn't believe the stuff they come up with. And I told him last time, he says, you guys are the outsiders, and I'm Batman just shaking my head.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
But that's my Monday game. The Thursday game with Matt, he's running Beckby. Believe it or not, we're in the Caves of Chaos in his world.
But not in the Caverns of Chaos.
Yeah, no.
Because the Caverns of Chaos, I found out today, was a Kickstarter from 2016 by one Justin Lanasa. Really? So before, you know what? I'm not even going to say it because it's just low-hanging fruit. But before he was what he is now, he already was what he is now. I'll let the chat fill those blanks in.
Please.
He raised less than $200 out of $75,000 goal. So
I beat you, Doc. I retired in 2002.
I retired St. Patrick's Day 2016. So that I remember very clearly.
Got you both beat.
Hey, when you come home from working at midnight, you take a 4-hour nap, and you wake up, get dressed, and go down to the pier for the St. Patrick's Day NYPD party. It's not debauchery because it's a bunch of cops, but there's a lot of drinking. Mm-hmm. So it was good.
Well, anyway, the Thursday game, he's doing Caves of Chaos. And that's one thing I really feel bad about. I really feel bad about the fact that they're redoing all these classic games for 5th edition. It kind of bums me out because back when I was running 3rd edition, that's when I got my big pile of Judges Guild and looked at them and said, these are going to be new to everybody because they don't know these. But now they're redoing everything.
Well, when you're saying Judges Guild, are we talking like the classics, or are we talking like
the classics?
The classics like Strapped Faggot Green.
Yes.
And, Rat on a Stick. Oh, that's TNT though.
Stuff like this.
Modrone. All right.
I got a pile about a yard tall of Judges Guild stuff. Half of them, 2/3 of them are the adventure and stuff, and 1/3 of them are like Pegasus magazine and stuff.
Oh yeah, and that was good reading.
Judges Guild Journal. You remember that? Dungeoneer. All that. I have Scrap Faggot Green. I also have the one I like to use is Glory Hole Door in mine. And the Thieves of Fortune.
Yes. Sorry, what? Now that was Thieves of Cigar. God, I can't
Yeah,
pronounce it right.
look at Mike says, I got a pile of that stuff too. I know you sell it every year and online.
For a while, I was getting it in my myth hoods.
Yeah.
And I was like, but then it started giving us the Traveler shit and then the Traveler shit was bad. The Judge's Guild Traveler shit was, it was stuff that I was ready to listen. If we came very close to using that Traveler Judges Guild stuff during the beginnings of COVID, when there was no toilet paper, and I was like, the paper consistency will probably be fine, and it's not I'm not losing anything of value. So
You're right. Yes, Caverns of Thracia. You know, I could not find anywhere an original of that. I had to buy the Goodman Games reprint. I even asked Janelle, and she said, "You can't find that anywhere." I says, "No, I can't. eBay, nothing." So that's weird because, like Dark Tower, you can find it all over the place, even before they redid it. Strange, huh?
very strange, very strange.
Coincidence?
I don't know. What do you think? What does the audience think? If I could do a vote in the poll during these live streams, I would, but I do not know how. David said his Tricia is
Is original. Yeah. Well, you know, okay, fine. I just wanted the damn thing. I sold the Book of Treasure Maps 1, 2, and 3 to a guy. Didn't sell them. I traded them for some dice.
okay.
And the first one was sold. Then the first one was signed by Janelle. Excuse me, Paul.
Okay.
I have some stuff that was signed by her before she was Janelle.
Fair enough.
So, but what I got in return was about a dozen D6s that were antique, made of real ivory from the turn of the century. And it's like, okay, that's a fair trade. Ouch. Oh, ouch. Big pile of judging. Oh, ouch. I would have bought it.
You didn't know him at the time.
Hi, climbing. Well, yeah, but I bought mine from the Long Beach, the Warhouse. Rest in peace. They closed that about a few months ago. That's what Mr. Woodard told me, because Mr. Lucky, who owned it for 36 years, died. And the family didn't know what to do with it, so they closed it, and they're still trying to figure that out.
Well, that's
another gaming store bites the dust.
Well, now here's a question. You're I'm gonna call it 5.5. You're a player of the upcoming 5.5. You like to play in person. You play some of your games on VTTs. Do you buy the digital bundle that gives you the D&D Beyond and the print?
Hell no.
You don't.
That's what our GM does. I just show up to roll 20.
I was about to say, well, if you were going to be running the game, would you be buying the all-in-one bundle, or do you pay a little bit more to get less from your local game store? That's going to be a question. That's going to be where.
That's an interesting question.
Glenn, what's your YouTube channel again?
Put that up there. That's my anchor. I'll have to. Let's see. I'll get you info.
You get you the info. We won't let you down. Don't worry about it.
Never.
Oh, good. And I can talk like this because I'm growing the beard. If I wasn't growing the beard, I couldn't talk like this. Now I got that look like, hey, I could break a leg. My own, maybe, but maybe yours. Who knows?
Okay, here's another one to put up there. That's my YouTube channel right there.
And the YouTubes. All right, hold on.
What?
I'm gonna catch up with the
Ivory D6s. I have one that found a yard sale. I think it cost me Okay, the theme of this show tonight is everybody one up Glen.
Glenn. Oh, never mind. I want to keep it a family show. I won't do that. Avoid crossing the border with Ivory unless you do some research. They're probably not gonna find your dice, but this is Glenn's anchor link. Anchor. And it's not up yet because I didn't hit enter. Why?
That's
my
YouTube link.
This is the YouTube channel. So if you go to www.youtube.com/ you can leave out that
C/Glen Holstrom.
You just go /Glen Holstrom. You will find Glen. I personally guarantee it.
Well, Glen hasn't found Glen yet, so.
Doc Cross. I played online a couple of dozen times during 2020 and 2021. I hated playing online. I played online for my first time was actually on AOL, and it was done as like a chat game with the guy was sending amazing art. Supposedly he worked at like TSR or Mayfair or something. I forget. It's so old. I wish I still had those files. And then I tried a session with Klug and Map Tools and all these other Screen Monkey. There were a lot of different VTTs to play with at the early part of the century. But until we got things like Fantasy Grounds and Roll20, nothing did anything all that really good.
Well, so it's colonialist. So,
Sean, I passed on the new Dragon Book digital combo with Canadian. The shipping cost means it will cost more than buying them separately. I saw the shipping costs were not inconsequential, and for Americans, it pushes you to buy it as the combo because you get the free shipping at that point. I don't know.
I was watching a YouTube series that Steve Wallace, I think his name is. He's this Canadian guy who goes camping in weird places, like I don't know, in the middle of a roundabout that has a forest, or next to a golf course, or something like that. And he mentioned something, and I just out of curiosity, I went on Google and found out that the American dollar is worth $1.29 in Canada, of Canadian
dollar. About right.
So that's not bad. I mean, you know, we really take a hit when we go across the pond to the Brits.
Right. Now the one thing
their pound is like $1.76 here.
Now, the Canadians will gladly, Glenn, take your American tender at face value. Mm-hmm. So if you're willing to take that 29% hit or whatever it is, you know, feel free to use your American cash without exchanging it for the funny Canadian dollars.
Oh yeah, I want one of the funny Canadian dollars. I want that one note where you can take the guy who's on the note and redraw him as Spock from Star Trek. There's a lot of people doing that. Wow.
Ivory from Northwest Territories down south. Criminal charges. No, thank you. I'll pass. Only Inuit can own Ivory. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of exceptions for the indigenous peoples because of their historical background and their traditions to be able to basically hunt, fish, and use animal parts that like others are not allowed to. I don't think so, Dave.
Yeah, but they do roll. Yeah, but they do roll nice. Yes, camping with Steve. That's it.
Is this the guy that like stealth camps?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yep. Okay. Oh my God! I saw him camping outside of a Walmart parking lot loading area overnight
in the woods.
Yes. I was like, what the hell is this?
I mean, he was camping behind this one billboard one time, and it's always like, okay, we got the camp set up. Let's go outside when nobody's looking and see what it looks like outside so I'm hidden.
Yep.
He's always afraid of getting caught. And it's like, what's the deal? They'll just tell you to amscray.
Doesn't make.
Of course, that's Canada. I don't know. Maybe the Mounties will arrest him. I don't know.
Doesn't make for good video, man. You got.
Oh yeah, that's right. David Thompson said him and his buddy just slept on the USA-Canada border.
I've got a foot in, you've got a foot out. Listen,
him and his buddy, crazy neighbor.
Isn't it like on the Washington border where there's like a border checkpoint where you just get on the phone? Yeah, hi. Yep. This is John Smith. Yep. Social security number 123456789. Yep, I'm crossing the border into Canada. Yep. I got nothing to declare but my firearms. I'm joking about the firearms. Nope. Back. I'll tell you when I'm back. And it's like, what the hell? Wow. That's kind of cool. But that's
I found camping with Steve because I also follow Coal Cracker Bushcraft and Corporal's Corner, and the corporal pointed me in his direction. Oh wow! I would have loved it in that. Camp out inside the San Diego Zoo. Of course, that's bigger balls than I have, so
yeah,
bigger cojones.
See, if you did that in New York City View, I'd expect a homeless person to piss on me in the middle of the night, or snuggle up for warmth.
That's it. They have Prime Minister of Canada Johnny MacDonald on the $5 bill. If you can take a pen and redraw him as Spock.
Well, good luck on that one.
I haven't seen the Raft Adventures yet. I haven't got that far.
Well, I had a job chasing non-paying campers in Banff. What the hell? Banff sounds like a sound effect from like the Batman TV show from the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Banff.
Probably a Canadian thing.
Oh,
it's a big kind of park thing. I thought.
Rach in the background is like, it's a big kind of park thing. I think
we'll be able to camp then.
I think it's a sound effect. I'm saying sound effect or national park. I'm saying sound effect. I could be wrong.
Well, I'd love to get a hold of Steve and stealth camp with him somewhere and spend the night playing D&D with him. Oh, man.
Nice. If we caught them, we would charge them $45 a night. They didn't know we weren't law enforcement, and they could just walk away.
Nice scam. Nice scam.
So, John, are we walking away from discussing 1D&D? Well, listen, I didn't read the rules, the changes. I've only heard of the changes, such as rolling a natural 20 now adds inspiration. That inspires me. And that apparently only PCs can roll criticals now. I've always...
No, I changed that right away.
Well, listen, I'm going to... The problem with criticals, and you only realize this if you're willing to take a step back from the excitement of, critical, is if you can roll criticals and the monsters can roll criticals, guess what? That means they always have a 1 in 5 chance of hitting you with a crippling blow, a hard blow. But monsters are one and done, right? You defeat a monster, you move on to the next scene, the next encounter, the next adventure.
More or less, except the big ones.
Right, yeah, but you're not rusting up in between encounters. So if they knock your hit points down, they stay down. Monsters are meant to get hit and killed and beat up on. So criticals are an advantage for the monsters and not an advantage for the players if it's applied correctly. Oh, sorry. If it's applied for both sides, it's a disadvantage for the players. If you don't give any criticals, though, to the monsters, then in my opinion, you're disadvantaging the monsters greatly. I would actually, oh my God, I'm going to house rule 5e on the fly. I don't even play it. I would therefore always say, whenever I roll an attack for a monster, I'm always going to roll the disadvantage die or the advantage die. But it only counts if I roll 2 20s. If I roll 2 20s, then it's a crit. So it's still a chance, even though it's 1 in 400 as opposed to 1 in 20, but there's still a chance of getting a crit on a PC. You gotta leave that in there somewhere. If you're gonna, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So, just me. Yeah, Banff was Nightcrawler's sound effect
Yes,
back
he
in the
was.
day. All right,
was.
so I wasn't. I was. That's right. When he
Oh.
teleported, Banff. It
Big
was like a
breakfast for the
sonic boom,
ladies.
just small.
Oh, you Doc, you dog.
It was a 9-day trip. This is Doc. First night of the trip, we crashed in a barn next to a brothel outside of Reno. Ate breakfast with the ladies the next morning. You know what? I'm going to pass on that one and move on to the next comment. Another oddly election channel is Post 10. He unblocks clogged culverts blocked by beavers.
Oh boy. I also used to like the video series that they had for the Can Opener Bridge.
The Can Opener Bridge?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's like 12. There's this bridge upstate somewhere in the Northwest, I think, that is it's a railroad bridge, and you go under it, and it's only so big they can't dig under, they can't raise the bridge, and it always has this light saying if it flashes red and it's a truck too big, turn back. A lot of trucks plow right through it and get their top. It's called the Can Opener Bridge. It rips the top right off.
Now I understand. Now it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Glen,
but I had fun.
Glenn, climbing that mountain. I wanted to do a YouTube show. Gonzo D&D.
Like this?
All kinds of crazy situations and locations. Find players who will travel is the issue. Now, you're not looking to do the Stefan / Elfier young lady who just landed in a bag of shit because of her husband. I'm having a singing
just because of her husband?
Well, with her husband. How about that?
Hi, Satine.
Hi. We're good friends. We've never really said hello, but we're good friends, right? I'm not giving you googly eyes because those ears. I can't stop looking at those ears. I don't know what to say.
It ain't the ears
for shit out of me. It's like it's like I see a devil in front of me.
Come on, I'm trying to be nice now.
I am. I
don't want to talk about here what I want to talk.
That's okay. Listen, you're
trying to be nice, okay?
All right, but here's the thing: they did that Kickstarter a couple of years ago to fund their traveling to strange. We're gonna play D&D on an Icelandic glacier on your money. So yeah. So
I'm just sorry she tried to hook Picorni into it too.
I don't know whose idea it was, but it was certainly not one for the history books. So,
and everybody has a misstep. Look at us.
Oh well, what can I tell you?
I'm surprised nobody's thought of doing that. Putting a GoPro on a cat.
Well, because the cat won't fucking. Dogs, you can expect them to tolerate that. The cat, the moment you do it, you're either going to sit down and do nothing or roll around on their back in order to get it off.
Trying to get it off, yeah.
Doc says he's amused by fixation on rules. I changed all sorts of stuff after I jammed my second D&D game. Well, back in 28, dumped clerics, encumbrance, experience points, and several other things.
Doc and I should double team on Matt, who is Mr. I'm running it the way they ran it. The rules cyclopedia, rules is written. That's how it's done in the book. That kind of thing. That drives me crazy because I finally had to say, look, nobody runs it by the book. I don't care what they say. Nobody.
Well,
Gary didn't even run it by the book.
Oh, because Gary didn't know
Yes.
the book.
11'8" crash compilation. I mean, he did after a while, but
David, several
there are.
cat color videos on YouTube. They must have really small cameras. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, it's not the size of the camera.
It's not the size of the camera, but how you use it. If you use it properly, Undercat, you'll get good
Yeah,
results. If you don't use it properly, your ears will get big. Satine and her
You are just,
have no
you are
personality.
just going,
It's
you're
not.
just going off on her tonight, aren't you?
I am. I can't help it. Satine, I'm a little punchy today. Satine and her have no personality.
You think she was Ken?
Oh no. Well, by the way, I'm due for another email from Ken.
Oh,
I've
really?
gotten two so far. I was like, why haven't you called, man? I want to get interviewed. I want to get on the show.
Waiting by the telephone.
He's waiting. You know, it's like he's waiting by the telephone for that ring or that text message. And I can't.
Are you on speed dial with him?
No.
Does he have you on speed dial? Okay.
No. He has, but he has my email is out there, right? I've been told by more than one person I have too many emails, and why the fuck do I have so many emails?
I've got 2. That's it.
I got 3 primaries.
Okay.
And I'm not counting how many secondaries I barely ever look at.
Okay. For years, Satine got away with the stuff due to her accident, gave her brain. Oh, I didn't know she had an accident. I'm still going to be nice.
Nobody wanted to be the one to call out the poor lady with a brain injury. You know what? And here's the thing. I had no idea she had a medical condition like that. So if I called her out, it was without any knowledge of such a background.
If I wasn't being nice, I would say.
But her
yes,
actions,
the brain injury. It's called her husband.
The actions don't have anything to do with a brain.
Yeah, Rach, my professional in the field, like her actions have nothing to do with any kind of brain injury or brain trauma. But
unless she likes killing people because of it, and I don't think she is.
No, and then it'll be an interesting defense. I just like I'd like to see her on the.
I eat Twinkies.
I eat Twinkies. Wait a second.
Anybody remember that?
All right. Never mind. I was going to take it somewhere else, but we are not a family show, but at the very least, we're like a PG-13, and that would have taken us into NC-17. So I'm not even going to go there.
I'm the PG, he's the 13, or vice versa.
No, yeah, you're Glenn. You're like G. You're like TV7. Like Glenn's like I won't say damn because got to be nice to the kids, and I'm like going damn. Like why the fuck can't we say damn? So therein lies why we work so well together.
Well, it's just a holdover from Radio Grognard or Thaco's Hammer because we like to keep our YouTube or our iTunes family rating.
No, I got you. I listen.
It's just a holdover from that.
When I have to tell YouTube whether or not I curse, I always go, yes, but it's usually the not as bad as others category. It's like yes, I curse, but
I'm saying you curse enough for both of us. So
yeah. Although I have had guests go,
and also I happen to think that cursing is, how shall I say? It's not the whole. It's the spice. It's not the whole meal. You use it. You try and You try and do it to make a. I try to do it to make a point.
It's a language enhancer, sir.
Oh yeah.
It is not how you lay out your words. It's what you use to punctuate your sentence.
Yes, and it lets people know you're serious, or you're real pissed. Good night, Dave.
Be good, Dave. Do you remember the video? It's from about 10 years ago on YouTube with the different uses of the word fuck. And it's like it can be an adjective, a verb, an adverb. It can be a proper name. It can be oh my God, I should have used that when I was training my counterparts.
You know, George Carlin's 7 words pretty much covered that too. He ran off how many ways you can use the word, you know. What? PTSD, or I'm betting it's IFGAF.
All right. Ken claims that he had, oh my God, it was the concussion syndrome. It was concussion syndrome.
CTS.
CTS. Thank you, Rach. He had CTS. It was what he claimed. And CTS, when he claimed it, and it might have changed over the last couple of years, but when he claimed that he had CTS and it was diagnosed, I did my research, and CTS can only be diagnosed upon an autopsy. So he might be one of the living dead, and we just don't know it, or he could
That's
be
true.
full of shit. I don't know. Could be both. He also claims to have ADHD. Can't finish a project, that's for sure. So
You know, that's too easy to click. I was on a message board way a long time ago, and this RPG Crate, give me stuff. No, anyway, I was on a message board a long time ago, where this one guy who would basically shit disturb. See, there I used it, and he would claim, "Well, I have Asperger's." Oh boy, did we have a field day with that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we see your Asperger.
Your ass is burgering all the
Yeah,
time. I can smell it from here.
Yeah, and so people like gamers, they can see through that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really see.
It's easy. By the way, RPG Crate, thank you. Thanks for checking in. Listen, it's football season, right? When football season happens, how many Friday night football games are there? None. You should be fine. Unless you don't watch. If you watch hockey, I can't help you. You know?
Yeah, come in every other week and you'll get the good live stream.
The good live stream. Not with those random jackasses that Eric brings in every other week. You should have your scheduled jackasses. We are your scheduled jackasses. You know who you're getting when it's Glenn and I. And
yeah, I got. You know what? You should know. You don't know what I do to be here every other week. I try and get here and sign in uphill, both ways,
barefoot
in a snowstorm.
And once he was even pregnant. Just remember that.
I had to kill 2 grizzly bears to get in here tonight.
And then he flossed.
Yeah.
All right. So you gotta be careful with Glenn. Glenn's a big guy. I'm not that big a guy. Glenn.
I'm not as big a guy as I used to be.
All right. So before Glenn was the stereotypical hill giant, and now you're like, Alexa, turn the fuck off. Sorry.
You're embarrassing us.
Yeah, Alexa, you're embarrassing us. But now Glenn is like the hill giant that's been like on a keto diet, and I'm only eating primal now. I only eat primal foods. So he's cut the weight, but he's got the height and he's still imposing. So there you go.
Yeah. So is mine. Brady can't have ADHD.
I don't feel like working today. So why not? Why, boss? I must have that attention distraction syndrome. Yeah, what if I paid you overtime? So let's get doing. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
in the snow
if
while
you're sick,
Glenn, in barefoot.
Yes.
Barefoot.
You see, I'm always sick when you want me to work because I have a weekend immune system.
I caught that. Yeah, funny.
I stole that from the radio show.
I
wish I had one.
So every other Friday, it's the random generated party. So it's my Monday night group, which now Monday night is on hiatus. So I'm probably going to do some pickup games on Monday nights. I'll arrange that through the Discord.
The random party live stream, he never calls me on. So
Glenn, we don't.
Eric!
Do you want to be on the random generated party? Do you want to be on? If you want to be on, we can bring you on.
Sure.
But the
If
problem
my
is,
schedule,
you're gonna
if my
have
schedule permits,
all right.
yes.
You have to understand. You'll be on most likely with Rob Conley, and if Rob Conley's on, you need at least 2 people to shut him up. So we love Rob, but Rob gets focused, and he just
Yes.
puts his head down and he
Well,
plows through the topic.
Well, with the AC of a bugbear, you can always make sure that you use these pluses for. I sound like somebody else. I can't remember who.
Julia Child, I thought, but in any case,
Male Julia Child.
Julia Child
Yeah, there you go.
explaining how to prepare a bugbear. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you're going to take a bugbear, make sure you stick it down from top to bottom. Break open the rib cage. Be careful not to spill the guts. And remember, the goat is extra special. Oh my
Now
God!
that's funny. Now that's funny.
I'm in a fun, giddy mood, man. It's just that time of it's that time.
I'm
of
in a
week.
fun, giddy, sober mood.
All right, let's see. Let me see how. Dude, I've got just under half.
Well, we had it tough. We had to get out at 3 o'clock in the morning, clean the road with our tongues. You know what?
You know what we had to do? Oh my!
You try and tell the people. You try and tell the people today that, and they won't listen.
Of course they won't listen. They never listen because they're all like, "I gotta get to my work." Well, I'm already at work. I don't gotta get to your work, so why don't you just shut your ass?
I slept here last night. Don't give me that.
And got paid for it. That's how it's on the clock.
Boy, if I can figure out how to do that. I was gaming all night, damn it. I'm tired.
Do you know how hard it is to snore while standing partially upright on a roadside?
I don't know, folks. What do you think? Should I be in your game? Anyway.
Well, in that game, sure. I'm going to do Swords of History, man. I have to run Tenkar's minions.
If you weren't playing on Monday,
I live stream on Wednesday. I have live stream on Friday.
I know. I'm just
saying. I mean, on Sunday. So what? You know, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get my calendar here. So
let me
Glenn,
get my gun.
Glenn, what day would you say? Was it every other 17th Saturday?
The 40th day of September.
Oh, you're one of those.
Don't worry
about it. Worry about
it. It's fine. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
out. I'm just busting your balls for a while.
Never, no one never busts my balls. Balls, never. Oh. So, Glenn, what?
I didn't tell you to get your shine box.
Oh, don't tell me to get my shine box. The only person I tell to get my shine box goes by the name Mario. You know, not Luigi. Mario. Mario gets the shine box. I'm sorry. I had to bring up a shine box. I thought, hey, Mario. But Glenn, what gaming do you have? We talked about 5e, and we've thrown out some talk about Hyperborea, no longer Ash. But my gaming is suspended for the summer because of horrible scheduling and whatnot. So what's going on in your gaming world?
Well, like I said, I got the Monday 5e game, Eperon. I got the Thursday Beckme game. Saturday with Jason, he alternates between 1E and Gamma World. But I told him recently I had to bow out for about a month. So I'm not playing right now on Saturdays.
Okay.
And that's about it. I'm walking a tightrope here. between gaming enough and family enough. And since I am the main driver of everybody around here, I did a lot of driving today.
Too bad driving.
Chauffeuring.
Man, if I could count my driving minutes as exercise, I'd be down to like a thin 180.
I wish I was. I'm 250 from 325 or 350. No, I dropped about 100 pounds.
God bless, Glenn. You look good.
Thank you. Yeah, I almost forgot to put my shirt on for the show. But
don't worry, I would have reminded you.
Thank you. I'm sure if I did that, there are not enough women on here.
Glenn, we've got -7 viewers. I don't understand how we have -7. Wait a second. We have a YouTube request to take the channel down and burn it. How do they know I'm not wearing any pants? Holy! He just called me too.
I'm not wearing. I'm not. Put your shirt on, Glenn. Oh, they can't. They can tell that I just painted the shirt on. Okay.
Oops! It must be the nipples, sir. It must be the nipples.
Always, Batman's nipples.
Yes. But yeah, it is rough to balance it. And I mean, again, I do live streams 4 days a week. I do a hangout with Discord another day of the week. So when it fifth Friday, when the month shows up, I take it off and go, I got a Friday. Rich, you want to do karaoke at the local pub? We have our once a season chance to do it,
Tomorrow night we may go out karaoke, depending on what Gage's schedule is for drop off and pickup.
Okay.
We got a place we can walk to right here.
Nice.
Saturdays at 9:00, CG's Bar in Edmond, Oklahoma. In case anybody from Edmond, Oklahoma or OKC is listening or watching.
You can join Glenn for a bellowing bout.
So we can both get drunk and then walk home.
That's where my local pub is.
Instead of Becky imbibing and me being the designated driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, Rach has been doing very well with her. I don't want to call it a diet. She just eats healthy now, and she watches what she eats and her calorie intake. So she doesn't want to drink her calories. So we get out to the pub, and I have my light or red wine, and she has her seltzer with lime. And,
makes sense.
But again, we walk to the pub. If I had to drive to the pub, I would be drinking very.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I've gamed with all sorts of people over my gaming life. From little kids like Gage when he was little to like ex-Marines and everywhere in between. You know what group, aside from maybe somebody who was romantically involved with them one time, you know what group of people that I can't seem to get to game? Actors. And I'm an actor. I'm talking about Community. I'm not talking about game, I'm not talking about Critical Role and all that. I mean, I can't, nobody, every time I do a show, it's like, anybody want a game? No, I can't, man. I got to do this. Okay, whatever.
Too much work, man.
That's why I started, what's the funny part about it? I got into D&D to have something to do between shows. And now I do shows to do something between D&D.
I need something new, man. I need something new.
Yeah, people are asking me to audition again, so I might have to.
Nice.
I need new headshots, though. I don't look anything like I used to.
Okay.
My cheeks, I'm thin. My cheeks are sunken in.
Well, you can use the cotton to put your cheeks out.
Yep.
Like Marlon Brando.
At least I don't have a pot belly. So, anyway.
I still got a bit of that.
Yeah, anyway.
I cultivate it,
But I would love to get some actors, just to have at least one, even a one shot would be nice.
I don't know what to tell you. So.
I know. I just thought I'd mention it. I don't know. I get gaming in. Well,
Yeah,
Never
Sean,
mind.
he's
Never
talking
mind.
about,
Never mind. So,
local actors. He's not talking about people that
they're in the industry.
are in the industry, got their cards.
Yeah,
The SAG is.
because I am small potato. I am small potatoes, but I enjoy it when I do it. I've acted since high school. Um, yeah, the community people are like very rare. Do I see them at a game? Very rare. Which is funny because you think it'd be a natural. Oh well, you know,
Oy vey.
oy vey. But that's too bad. I'm sure if Mr. Woodard here, he would probably regale us on, you know, all kinds of actors who he knows who came, like him.
Uh-oh.
But
I brought Glenn down. I did not mean to bring Glenn down. Hope you're acting now, Glenn.
I'm gonna commit suicide by swallowing my dice bag. Goodbye.
All right. Well, if you're gonna do that, can you listen? I have a will already written. I'm just gonna send it over to you real quick. Can you just like initial it and then have your wife initial as a witness beforehand, and then you can do it, man. But I want to make sure we want to make sure all your property is taken care of. I'm being an
Well,
asshole.
I mean, I know you're being an asshole. Well, to me, I have a problem with my gaming is not up to snuff as far as I'm concerned. I mean, my GMing and my playing, which is my gaming,
Why?
because I don't think I do enough in a game.
Oh, bull fucking shit.
I mean, you know, I do the characters, I do the voices, I do the encounters, I do the battle and stuff, but I don't. I'm not saying I'm not into it, but oh no, I better not say anything else. Otherwise, you and Raish are going to get me into Gamer's Health. I was going to say
we would do that anyway.
I always feel tired.
I don't know, Glenn. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, I'm not going to turn. I'm not going to turn this into true confessions. So
no, it's okay. But listen, listen. To be honest with you, when I run a game, I'm always second guessing myself. Is that am I running a good enough game? Am I? Because remember, I play when I run a game. Right, my gaming group right now consists of Joe the Lawyer, Rob Conley, Greg Christopher, Matt Jackson, Tim Shorts. These are people that write games, write content,
right.
run games. These are all GMs by nature.
Right.
And it either makes you your best or you'll second guess yourself. And I think at times I do my best and I still second guess myself. And as a player, since I'm playing with a bunch of players that are primarily, in their mind, GMs, I find that
Aren't we all?
I have to. I like to find my moments to shine, but I don't want to take the whole session to shine. So I will shine and do something pretty cool, and then I will step back and disengage and let others step up. So, you know.
Well, I just feel like too many games I've cut short because I'm exhausted. Always second guess, always because everything is always considered. Well, yeah, true. That's what you should be doing.
Right. You should always be. You should. By second guessing yourself, you are making sure that you are.
Well, it's always hard to take, but it's always hard to take your own advice. You know that,
right? Robert, I have no Monday night game, so it looks like I'm going to be doing a Monday night game once or twice this summer as we are on summer hiatus. Since Thursdays weren't working out, we're going to work on Monday. I will announce it in Discord, in that new Discord forum feature that we have, and take it from there. But you're more than welcome to join us. Anybody is welcome to join. The one rule at my virtual table is leave your politics at the virtual door. That's all. Because we all come from different backgrounds, different beliefs, different things that mean something to us, and everything that means something to you is important. And what means something to Glenn's important, what means something to Robert's important, what means something to Doc is important. But guess what? Leave that shit behind and just play the fucking game. And then You know, in the green room afterwards, if you want to all like vent
Yeah.
about politics, that's something different. But
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I went off like that.
don't be.
Because
Glenn,
the reason because I cannot understand people who like my game. I mean, okay, back up. Yes, I can understand why people like my games, but I can't understand why I'm held in such high regard for them. Like Bad Mike says, I run a really good game. I do all this, that, and the other thing, and I don't see it. I don't see it.
Mike is telling you the truth. You don't see it. RPG Crate. I got to link the Discord. All right, I'll link this Discord. Hold on. But you don't see it because you're too into it. You're too involved in it.
And I'm too humble.
That too.
I'm a great guy, and I'm very humble. But I just feel like, when people say that, I should go like, over and above.
Now, if you're joining the Discord real quick, you may need to ping me either on Discord, Eric Tenkar, or on Facebook or wherever. Even on YouTube, I read the comments and let me know you're waiting to get approved. You're gonna get stuck in limbo because we had about 6 months worth of sex bots trying to spam anything you could with sexual activity, and the only way to keep them out is to allow people to join and then get assigned a role. So
roll the same for a blowjob. I love it.
Yeah. So so if this thing's good for a week, but I gotta. Sometimes I don't get a chance to check. There's others that do check our. I think it's our welcome board. No, it's not the welcome board. There was a board where the new players pending members get stuck into. Gee, as we were doing this, a couple of people just did. All right. So
there you go.
So we actually have people who just joined as that link went up. So
wow, great.
Yeah. So
and every other Thursday I'm in the chat. I try to be anyway.
Yes. So I'm going to assign roles to these people.
The chat has gotten better. I must say.
There's still the occasional day where we only get 4 or 5, but usually we got about a dozen or more.
Well, I remember the days when two people would like start talking about something I really wasn't interested in for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Those are the days I just sort of pieced out real quick. I didn't say goodbye. I just boop. Usually, remember, who was that guy?
See, now, Kim, we're not bored of being harassed by sex bots. We're annoyed by it because they would literally come in and they weren't showing any sex, just spamming links in your channels on Discord. And it's like, all right, enough's fucking enough. It's almost like people spamming, I don't know, Star Frontiers t-shirt sales in your Facebook community. The first time or two, you laugh it off. The 17th time, you want to take the t-shirt, wrap it around their neck, tie it into a nice little bow tie, and shove them in front of a train. Not that I would do so. Just giving an example. So.
That's funny. And anyway, what was I saying? Something gaming related. I was saying something.
We could have been saying something, Glenn. I couldn't know. I just vented.
Oh, I remember that one. There was like 1 or 2 times when there was a guy on there who talked about the subject of paid DMing came up.
Oh yeah.
And we had the one guy who was making a living at it and versus another guy who was skeptical. And it's like it was an hour of because they were going on the legal thing, the financials, this, that, and it's like, guys, bye.
That's fine. That's going to happen. Listen, there are people who feel the same way.
But it's been better. Like I said, it's been interesting.
There are people that feel the same way when we dive into the movies or dive into Tenkar's law enforcement stories. I get it.
I like those. I think I've heard them all, but I like them.
You might have heard all or close to it. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I could, hell, I could do theater stories and keep you up all night. You know,
I don't know, Glenn. Glenn, have you ever heard my my chicken story in the public school?
uh-oh, here it comes.
No, I'm not going to do it tonight. You got to remind me for the Discord next time you're
Okay,
on.
all right, I will. Anyway, how are we doing here?
I think we surpassed 95 minutes. So I think that you give us 95 minutes, we'll give you an evening of entertainment. I think that we've done so.
I haven't danced yet.
You're not wearing pants, Glenn. You're not allowed to dance. I'm sorry.
Damn. Okay.
You see, folks, do you see what I do for the rest of you all?
I just washed my pants too today. That's why I'm not wearing them.
That's why he's not wearing pants. Before we close this out, I want to thank the members of the tavern, those that have actually joined the server. The subscribers are awesome. We love you all. Those that join actually put about $1.99 to what we do every month. So for a cup of cheap ass coffee, especially with inflation,
Oh yeah.
you get to help the channel out. So those that have joined, I appreciate it. Those that join in the future, thank you. My speech about the endemic has gotten down to use your common sense, because that's really all it comes down to. Other than that, Glenn, we've mentioned where you
Listen
can
to YouTube. Listen to Thaco's Hammer. Listen to Radio Grognard. Thaco's Hammer is on Wild Games Productions. Radio Grognard is on Anchor. It's on Spotify and all these other services too.
Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find.
Anchor owns, or Spotify owns Anchor, so yeah, that's the best place to find it. So yeah, and I don't know, contribute to my
help
Radio Grognard fund.
Help the old Grognard fund.
Yeah, there we go. Help the old Grognard get to the next con.
There you go. My next con will be ShireCon in pretty much exactly a month. Holy shit, catching up.
Wow.
So we're going to be going up Friday, coming home Sunday. Got a nice little bed and breakfast for 2 nights. Should be a lot of fun.
Mine's going to be next year, so North Texas next year.
Well, there you go. North Texas, if you haven't signed up yet, if you haven't signed up to North Texas, go to North Texas RPG Con on Facebook. Join the group. It's a public group. Join the group. You will get your discount code to save, I believe, $30 on your weekend badge. You got to use it. The code expires end of August.
I thought it expired the end of. August. I thought it was the end of July.
No. It only went up in August.
Oh, we are in August. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It expires the end of August, so if you want the discount, you've got 11 days to do it.
I've been pushing my guys. It's like, you want to go, do it now.
Okay.
You know, it comes
if you don't need the discount, you don't need to take the discount. But
it's $100 for the weekend, $70 if you take the discount.
Right. Either way is cheap, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, be safe, be well. God bless. There we go. It's the Catholic in me. Roll the dice. Roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. with Gamers Health with my wife, Rach, talking about our journeys through health as gamers. You know, it's a journey that none of us take alone. It shouldn't, at the very least.
That's right.
All right, folks. On that note, laters.